Top 10 crime thriller movies. Trying to differentiate the bad from the good? Guessing who's lying or telling the truth? And attempting to solve true crime thrillers are all mental puzzles that are endlessly frustrating yet completely entertaining. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 crime thriller movies. So let's get started. Number 10. Parasite. Director Bong Joon-ho's Parasite quickly became an international hit when it first came out. It was a deceptively simple premise, as it revolves around two low-income families attempting to infiltrate a wealthy couple's home by posing as skilled workers. It soon turns into a gripping genre buster that both sends a strong message and entertains audiences. The thriller is known for its jaw-dropping midpoint twist, which changes the tone and significant events in the movie. It has won numerous accolades for its wholly original story, amazing performances, and thought-provoking message about inequality and class structure. Number 9. Before I Go to Sleep. A woman wakes up every day remembering nothing as a result of a traumatic accident in her past. One day, new terrifying truths emerge that force her to question everyone around her. Christine Nicole Kidman, is unable to remember her life due to amnesia brought on by a violent attack. Because of this, she wakes up every morning with no memories and has to remeet everyone she knows, including her husband. Before long, she finds herself questioning everything about her past. 40-year-old Christine wakes up in bed with a man she doesn't know in an unfamiliar house. The man explains that he is her husband, Ben, and that she suffered brain damage from a car accident 10 years earlier. Christine wakes up every morning with no memory of her life, from her early 20s onward. Christine receives treatment from Dr. Nash, a neurologist at a local hospital, who provides her with a camera to record her thoughts and progress each day, and calls her every morning to remind her to watch the video on the camera. Soon, she starts to discover the truth around her. Number 8. The Girl on the Train. Emily Blunt is mesmerizing as Rachel Watson, a struggling alcoholic, reeling after the loss of her job and marriage. Instead of trying to move on, she rides in and out of Manhattan on a commuter train and spends her time obsessing over her ex-husband, Tom, Justin Theroux, and his new wife, Anna Rebecca Ferguson. After Anna and Tom's nanny Megan, Hallie Bennett, disappears, all eyes turn to Rachel because she was spotted in the vicinity. The problem is, Rachel can't remember anything. Number 7. The Invitation. A man returns to his former home, where his ex-wife now lives with her new husband, to attend a seemingly normal dinner party. Things take a dangerous turn though, when he starts to question the true intentions of the event. Moral of the story? Don't accept invites from your ex. Smitten by tragedy, once happy Will and Eden decide to part ways. A couple of years later, an entirely changed Eden re-enters baffled Will's life. And as if that weren't enough, she wants to make up for lost time with friends and relatives. To make it happen, Eden and her new husband David throw a lavish dinner party in Will's former Hollywood Hills home. However, as the night progresses, a strange feeling of uneasiness takes over Will, who senses that there's more to Eden and her guest than meets the eye. Is Will starting to lose his grip on reality, or is danger silently approaching the group? Number 6. Gone Girl. Based on Gillian Flynn's novel of the same name, Gone Girl shows what happens when a marriage goes very, very wrong. When Amy Doon, Rosamund Pike, goes missing, her husband Nick, Ben Affleck, looks increasingly guiltier with each passing day. Was she kidnapped? Was she killed? Is he behind it? In the end, the truth turns out to be even more shocking than the theories. It would be easy to think this film presents a dim view of marriage when it characterizes it in terms of resentment and pain. However, Gone Girl is a movie that integrates the real meaning of commitment and suggests that being truly committed means putting forth one's best efforts, even when the thrill is gone. It is a brilliant example of how a book-to-film adaptation that managed to stay faithful to its novel, while also injecting the story with its own inventive style. Fincher combines a maze-like plot with brutal drama to create an unmissable thriller. Number 5. Searching. Searching has a unique format for a mystery movie. It's told entirely through smartphones and shared computer screens. John Cho plays a father desperate to find his missing 16-year-old daughter. As he searches through her computer history and text messages, he discovers that he may not have known her as well as he thought. David Kim becomes desperate when his 16-year-old daughter Margaret disappears, and an immediate police investigation leads nowhere. He soon decides to search the one place that no one else has, Margaret's laptop. Hoping to trace her digital footprint, David contacts her friends and looks at photos and videos for any possible clues to her whereabouts. Number 4. The One I Love. A couple whose marriage is crumbling have a surreal experience during a weekend getaway at a house recommended by their therapist. Elizabeth Moth plays a woman whose marriage is on the rocks in this romantic thriller. So she and her husband Mark Duplass decide to embark on a weekend getaway to work on their relationship, only to find out the secluded escape is not as peaceful as they'd hoped. The 2014 movie, The One I Love, is a psychological thriller spiked with some fantasy, and is directed by Charlie McDowell. It stars Mark Duplass, Elizabeth Moss, and Ted Danson. The plot revolves around a couple having problems with their marriage and seek counseling. The counselor advises them to spend a weekend at a house, and when they do, things go crazy. Number 3. True Story. After disgraced New York Times journalist Michael Finkel, Jonah Hill, realizes that alleged killer Christian Longo, James Franco, has taken his identity, he starts an investigation that turns into a cat-and-mouse game. In an effort to redeem himself, Michael meets with his accused killer. New York Times journalist Michael Finkel loses his job when it's revealed that he was not entirely truthful in a cover story he wrote on contemporary slave trading in Africa. His world collapses even further when he learns he's a victim of identity theft. A man named Christian Longo assumed Finkel's name and stood accused of murdering his own family. Seeing a way to rebuild his shattered reputation, Finkel meets with Longo to hear his story. Number 2. Where'd you go, Bernadette? Former architect Bernadette Fox seems to have it all: a beautiful home in Seattle, a successful and loving husband, and a brilliant teenage daughter who's about to attend boarding school. When Bernadette suddenly disappears without a trace, her concerned family sets off on an exciting adventure to solve the mystery of where she might have gone. Based on the popular novel of the same name, this comedy mystery follows Bernadette, Kate Blanchett, an agoraphobic architect who disappears. When her husband and teen daughter set out on a quest to find her, the story explores what it means to sacrifice yourself for your family and how to find your way back home. Number 1. A Simple Favor. Widowed single mother Stephanie Smothers runs a vlog featuring crafts and recipes for parents. She became friends with Emily Nelson, the mother of her son's schoolmate and PR director for a fashion company. When their sons become friends, Stephanie, Anna Kendrick, and Emily, Blake Lively, form a surprising bond, but then Emily suddenly disappears. As Stephanie, a widow, tries to find out what happened to her missing friend, she becomes increasingly close to the woman's husband, Henry Golding. Stephanie is a widowed single mother who works as a vlogger in Connecticut. Her best friend Emily seems to have it all: a successful career, a loving family, and a glamorous lifestyle. When Emily mysteriously disappears one day, Stephanie launches her own investigation by digging into her friend's past and finding a few surprises along the way. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.